Here's a question I've been wondering about. This is the new Audi Q5, the refreshed version of Audi's most popular car. And the question I've been asking myself is, why would you buy this over BMW X3 or a Mercedes GLC? I mean, they're relatively compact crossovers. They all have kind of the same silhouette, and they mostly have all-wheel drive because once upon a time, of course, Quattro was the thing that separated Audi from the other two German brands. And I'm here in Southern California, right by the airport, unfortunately, so you will hear airplanes. And let's go through this car and talk about it, and maybe together, me and you, and Andy, my videographer back there, can figure out why you would get this over the other two Germans. So first and foremost, this is, of course, the entry-level Q5. There is a SQ5, but that's for another video. And for 2025, they've added some horsepower. 268 horsepower, 295 pound-foot of torque made it to now a new 7-speed dual-clutch transmission on a 2-liter turbo, which is kind of ubiquitous in this world. And that is, very similar, dare I say, benchmark to what the other brands offer. Now, Audi has upped their game by changing up the exterior styling and the interior styling. So we'll go through that in a second, but they have made this grille a little bit bigger. They have added kind of this honeycomb pattern down here, which is replicated in the back. And of course, Audi does these unique lighting signature above the headlights that lets you customize this to your preference, so you'll never forget that this is your car, at least not at night. Overall, this blue is beautiful. It is a $500 option, but if you want a deep, dark, dare I say, lustrous blue, then this is not a bad option. In a second, I'm going to tell you how much all this beauty costs, but the entry level to the Q5, at least until the end of May, when tariffs may or may not kick in, but who knows, is $52,000. But all in all, it's a very handsome car. There's still some chrome left over. I kind of believe that carbon fiber is the new chrome, but here we're back to kind of a more traditional look. And let's face it, these family haulers do the school run. They're used to commute to work, and so maybe a car cladding carbon fiber would not be the right message, at least not in this segment. One of the nicest things about Audis, of course, and this may be something that distinguishes it from the competition, are the interiors. They're always very purposeful. They're always very clean. Dare I say, almost architectural in their styling. And this is not easy to pull off. Architectural and comfortable. So I'm a tall guy, 6'2", and yet I have plenty of shoulder room. I have plenty of headroom. Unlike some of the Japanese competition, I never feel in a German car that I'm missing out on space. Why don't you hop in with me and we'll kind of show you what Audi has done to make this unique. Now, this does have the premium package, which gives you this screen over here. And I'm not a big fan of this, but Audi tells me that people like it because you can do things like, well, watch movies. And because I can't see what's on the screen, it allows the passenger to watch a YouTube video, or there's a new app that you can download that lets you do things like search the web. You can download Spotify. I think there's like 20 different apps that you can put on that screen, but this is an option. I believe it's part of the Prestige package. And let me look at the Monroney right here. So the Prestige package is, oh, it's not cheap. It's $8,400, and it gives you things like adaptive suspension, which is well worth, acoustic front door glass, which of course makes it quieter, dynamic interaction light, a heads-up display, heated washers, which for Colorado is really nice, heated rear seats, just a lot of really great stuff. A top view camera system, that 360-degree view, which is good for parking or good for off-roading. And then we've got an $800 20-inch wheel package and all-season run flat tires, which I'm not a fan of. Destination charge $1,295 for a grand total of $63,290, which in today's world Call me crazy, it doesn't seem that expensive. I know the average new car is about 50K and going up, so 63K for a premium German car before, I guess, tariffs kick in is not that horrible. Parts content, for all of you who are curious, Mexico 73%, Germany 24%, and this is built in Mexico, so this will be subject to tariffs. Now, I don't know if that bothers you or not. It really doesn't bother me because I believe in the free market, so I believe in free trade. I think it's what made this country great. I think it's what made things affordable for us. But, you know, the political winds are blowing in a different direction right now, and I think you will see these prices go up eventually, which is a shame because, you know, this level of German goodness shouldn't be crazy expensive. I don't think in Germany this is necessarily considered to be the most prestigious car. I'm not trying to diss Audi, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. All right, so let's talk about some of the features that you get here. First and foremost, you have this kind of very minimalist transmission. So to go in reverse, you go like this. To go into drive, you go like that. Park, you hit that button. This opens up a lot of space for things like a phone, for cup holders, but I'm not a huge fan of this. I kind of like the fact that, you know, there was once upon a time a big stick here or here, and now we've got these buttons, and it's space savings, but it's not necessarily that elegant, at least not in my mind. But on the elegant side, you do have real vent controls that open and close. They're not hidden in the MMI, which is really nice. And then you have different drive modes. There we go. We've got balance, dynamic, comfort, and off-road plus, which I think is a new mode for 2025, which does things like raise the car. I can feel it lifting right now, which gives you more ground clearance, gives you just more ability to go tackle deeper into the off-road. Like, this is not, of course, a G-Wagon or a Jeep, but it's nice to have a little bit of comfort. Even if you never take it off-road, I have gotten cars high-centered in Colorado in the snow, and this will help with that. Round steering wheel, if this were an S model, I'm guessing this would be squared off. And this giant sunroof, which is nice with a traditional sliding panel to allow less sun to come in. And then, in general, I've got a heads-up display, which is relatively easy to use. And then, once upon a time, Audi had these color-keyed features for the phone, for navigation. Now they've got these little icons, so home icon, as you can tell I'm listening to chill. There's a little XM icon. There's your navigation. There's your phone. And it seems like they've simplified this greatly. And I'm going to try something I tried in the S5. So let's try Audi's virtual assistant, and let's see if it can tell me a joke. Hey, Audi.
What can I do for you?
Tell me a joke.
I could not find any results right now. Please try again later.
So, you know, I mean, obviously I'm stretching its ability to have a little bit of fun humored. But like things like, hey, Audi.
What can I do for you?
Turn the temperature to 69.
I am setting the temperature to 69 degrees Fahrenheit.
Very friendly voice, and that worked very nicely. And for some reason, it turned up the chill, which made copyright issues for me like that. But that's the fun of these reviews. You never know what's going to happen. Driving position is really nice. Plenty of adjustability. And then I'm going to borrow this camera for a second, Andy. If you look over here, you've got two different kids locks that you can set for both the left and the right side doors in the back. So if you've got two kiddos of different ages and one is prone to come flying out of the car and one isn't prone to go flying out of the car, you can lock one of the doors so that the kiddos can't get out. That's a very thoughtful touch. Just a boat ton of airbags. I was at the Audi presentation and they said 9, but I was at the presentation for this and the S5. So one of them has 9 airbags. It might be both of them, but you can Google it and find out. It's just a lot of airbags. Apparently there are even side airbags here to keep you and your passenger from bumping into each other in case of an accident, which is very nice. All right, here's the camera. So there's your 360 degrees. bird's eye view, and then I believe you've got different cameras that you can choose from. Let's look at the rear, what's behind us. Yes, we don't want to back up into the bay, that would be bad. But this is nice, especially when you're off-roading. That's what's in front of us. Some of these off-road features that a lot of cars have now, like bird's eye view cameras, are making their way slowly into regular passenger vehicles. And then you can, of course, customize this front display to display fuel economy. By the way, the government has rated this at about 25 mpg combined, which is good, but once again, it's very similar to both BMW and Mercedes. So I'm still thinking hard about why I would buy this over the competition. I don't think it would be this gold accent piece. When I was building my house, when Tommy was young, gold was very popular, and then it went out of style, and now kind of this new matte gold is in style. It's funny how that happens, huh? All right, let's take a seat in the back and see how much room there is. Oh, it is tall. In its off-road height, it is tall. You know what? That seat is all the way back, so I'm going to push it forward a little bit because that would be unfair to judge it. So let's push it just a tad forward. And let's face it, this is not a really compact crossover, but it's not, the class is not the biggest. But you're definitely going to, ferry the kids around, ferry the friends around. It's a little bit more upright. Maybe they do recline more. You do have your privacy screen, luxury, and then of course here you have an armrest. Once again, I'm having a tall hair day, so my head is hitting, but my knees are okay. I think if you were less than 6'3", you'd have no problem sitting back here. You might even be able to cross-country this. Right now, at least for somebody my size, I'd probably want to take it to a quick lunch and back, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time back here. But for the kiddos, it's perfectly acceptable, and you do have heated seats and 2 USB-C ports, which is sweet. All right, and let's look at the business end of the Audi. As you know, most cars now have this horizontal line that stretches across the back. Here you've got, once again, customizable LED lighting in the back. You've got a little bit of that honeycomb pattern in here. And thank God, look at that. Once upon a time, I criticized Audi for having those fake exhausts, and now the world has turned, and we have real exhaust poking out the back. How sweet is that? And then in terms of room, Audi says some of the best in class space back here. So you've got an 80-20-80 folding seat, and let's see how well it folds. Look at that. It folds very well. I'm 6'2", I gotta try this. Actually, I can lower the car. So that's kind of nice with the air suspension. You can actually lower it so that if you have a four-legged friend, they can jump in easier. But let me go see if I were using this to camp. Let's say 10 years from now. This is for all you guys who are going to be overlanding this thing in its off-road year. 10 years from now, and you want to go take it to Moab and then sleep out the back. So I'm 6'2". Let's see if I could sleep back here. Almost. I think if you were like 5'9" and you move the seat back a little bit, you could do it. Maybe if I was like this. All right, it's maybe you need the slightly bigger SUV/crossover if you're going to go camping 10 years from now. Let me know in the comments below. I won't read it, but still be curious. Overall, it's a nice and tidy design. That 2-liter has just under 10 horsepower more, which is nice. I mean, it's not a rocket, but I will be doing a complete driving review. So if you're looking for kind of the first drive, that's coming in June. But for now, this is kind of your first look at it. These cars are in the dealerships as we speak. You can see just how much space there is between here and here. So you can see how still it is a little bit jacked up, which is nice because I love off-roading. So I started this review by asking a simple question. Why would you get this instead of the BMW or the Mercedes? And I suppose the answer is you like Audis. Audi was one of the first luxury brands. Here comes the airplane, of course. Perfect timing, I might add. Was one of the luxury brands to pioneer Quattro, So I think Quattro and all-wheel drive and Audi are kind of synonymous. So if you live in places like Colorado, these cars become ubiquitous. Also, the styling is very elegant and sporty at the same time. I think that's something that the more bulbous Mercedes doesn't have. The BMW, of course, kind of leans more into the sportiness side of things, whereas the Mercedes kind of leans more into the luxury side of things. So I guess if you wanted a car that kind of combines those two, then the Q5 might be the perfect vehicle for you. And like I said, it's in stores right now, and if you want to get the pricing, all bets are off at the end of May, so keep that in mind. I think right now a lot of manufacturers are selling a lot of cars because people are afraid that the price is going to go up, so we'll see what happens. It's a mystery. All right, guys, well, thank you for watching. As always, head on over to alltfl.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews, and I shall see you next time. Ciao.